Hello everybody. Today is perhaps one of the most profound videos that I can make on this channel. I titled it, Do You Get It Yet? Do you get it? Because MicroStrategy is up 25% in a single day. Imagine the leverage positions. Imagine the volatility on that. Imagine MSTU, MSTX up 50%. Imagine the volatility engine. I guarantee you, in my view, MSTR will have no problems raising more capital with this type of volatility. That's point number one, no financial advice. I titled this video, Do You Get It Yet? Because this is the whole madness of the fiat world that we have witnessed in front of our eyes for the past 5 days. Bitcoin is only up 7%, 8%. Some report it as 4% depending on your time zone. But MicroStrategy is up 25%. It's up 25%, even more if you include some of the lows in overnight trading. So we have a stock who has such a delta in valuation. And this is because MicroStrategy is this hybrid asset. It has one leg valued in fiat, broken. And it has one leg valued in money. And money is what some people still call Bitcoin. It's what I think I'm going to be just calling money for future reference on this channel. This is MSTR if you value it as fiat. If you value MSTR as fiat, in the morning it was 229. 15 hours later, right, end of a trading day, it was 293. If you value MSTR in Bitcoin, and looking at the whole market cap cost of the company, it was valued at 528,000 Bitcoin in the morning, and it was valued at 528,000 Bitcoin in the evening. The valuation of MSTR changes roughly weekly whenever Saylor does accretive moves, issue preferreds, issue stock, to accrete, to buy Bitcoin for the company. The value of MicroStrategy changes most week. It changes slightly, but the company's value remains the same once you start valuing it with something tangible like Bitcoin. When you value MicroStrategy with something entirely intangible like money, like fiat money is what I meant here. You have no way to know the prices of assets because fiat is crazy, fiat is nuts. We don't know how much there is. It's manipulated left and right, and there's no way to know the true cost of things. That's the only reason you can explain why companies like this do 30% moves, 25% moves in a single day. When you are such a large asset, granted today MicroStrategy is not the only large asset that moves so much. So MSTR has a leg, as this leg, this broken leg of fiat, that's the dollar, but Bitcoin is not broken in my view. And in fact, fiat, if you look at fiat in relationship to Bitcoin, if you look at how fiat moves with Bitcoin, one realizes that Bitcoin's behavior is much less prone to manipulation. Bitcoin's behavior is stable. It's worldwide money, and it's based on people in their own fiat converting their own fiat to Bitcoin, and it's just a relentless upside. It's just a stock that goes up and up over a very, very long period of time. Bitcoin is not a stock, of course, as you know, it's money. But anyways, if Bitcoin was a stock, it would be trading at 79 a month ago, right? 30 days ago, it was 79. It'd be 85 halfway through the week, halfway through the month, and it'd be 82 right now. So if you value Bitcoin in fiat, it's literally yawn-inducing, right? And if you put MicroStrategy on top of Bitcoin, right, and you were to value MicroStrategy via the movement of fiat on Bitcoin, it is slightly more volatile, but barely. It is still yawn-inducing. The broken part is money, right? The broken part is fiat. That's what's broken. That's what's entirely broken. Storing money into stocks over the short run, and we have to define what the short run means now that we've had 3 major crises in 4 years. Is the short run 10 years now? Are we going to have another major crisis for the end of the 2020 decade? Storing money into stocks is broken, in my view. Storing money in fiat is also broken, but not as broken as storing money into stocks. Why do I say storing money into stocks is broken? And that's because You see, yesterday we had accumulated $9.7 trillion in losses. A decatrillion is what we lost. And today it seems like we gained back perhaps half of it in a single day. You had over a third of the value of a US stock market that evaporated in 4 days, and half of it came back. And today we have we have news articles that are comparing the bounce to the post World War II bounce. Like, that's to tell you how insane this bounce absolutely was. And the reason why I say it's broken is, of course, if you can hold on to your stocks over the long run, then stocks are not broken. Or if you own stocks that build on a new system of money, like Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy and other proxies, then stocks, in my view, are not broken either. But this is where I feel bad for folks, because how many people, and I saw it in the comment section, I read all of the comments, right? And now I get a lot of comments, because the channel is a little bigger. Like, I see many of you sold. Like people get shaken out, and you get shaken out of Fiat, of stocks. You get shaken out of stocks much more easily than you get shaken out of Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoiners have diamond hands. Their conviction is relentless. Nobody can dent the conviction of a Bitcoiner, because the Bitcoiner has spent his or her entire life hearing people tell them they were wrong, right? And yesterday, I cannot imagine how many people sold yesterday, actually. And there's a lot of people that sold. I had never seen sentiment so bearish yesterday. The moral of this video is, don't let Fiat, the crazy Fiat system, and that's why I named this channel Beat the Denominator, because Fiat is the current denominator, and we need to move to a new denominator, which I think is going to be Bitcoin. The reason why I name this channel Don't Beat the Denominator, and the reason why I say don't let Fiat rob you of your stocks because you can't stomach the volatility or you have leverage. Don't let Fiat rob you of your house. I consider the downturn in real estate that we've had the past few years, I've been thinking a lot about that lately, to be mostly an artifact of a Fiat system, right? Don't let your house go for just 1 million. But do yourself a favor. Wait 10 years. Do yourself a favor, and also don't let Fiat rob you of your labor, your job, and time. At most jobs, most people are probably due for a big raise, because Fiat is broken, and that's why people need to hop on to jobs, from job to job, from branch to job. Like what leads to greater wealth, there's two major predictors of wealth in the Fiat world. It's how much money were you able to borrow to buy a house, because a house is hard. There's only 85 million of them in the US. So were you able to borrow money to buy a house? That's point number one. Point number two is, how often did you switch jobs? And the more you switch jobs, the more your salary catches up with the market, right? And it's well known. But that's an issue with Fiat. That's why Fiat is broken. And I just feel bad for all of those new investors, like I said, who get shaken out, because 2020, we had 2020, 2022, and 2025 in this decade, in this 2020s decade, as opportunities to get shaken out, easy opportunities to get shaken out, so many opportunities to be wiped out. And I really feel for the investors here who sold, because the truth is the 2010s were a beautiful decade. It was a peaceful decade. There was a little fear at the very beginning of the Euro crisis, but nothing compared to the 2020s. The 2020s are a nuts decade. Very crazy decade. I'm calling it a crazy decade by now. Anyways, no wonder, because of these shaken out opportunities, no wonder an entire generation just outright refuses to touch stocks. And if you want to know about that, whenever I take an Uber, I always have this conversation with an Uber driver. And typically, the Uber looks under 25. Typically they'll never touch stocks, but they'll own crypto. They'll have some Solana. They'll know about cryptos that I don't know about, and they'll have some Bitcoin. They consider it the granddaddy, right? They kind of make fun of Bitcoin, but they own Bitcoin, and stocks are not even crossing their mind. And I understand why, because think about how many people are leaving the stock market permanently after the past 4 days. And of course, and I'll conclude, it's up today because the tariffs are paused for 90 days. And I wonder if I had said that in any of my videos before. Do you think? Everybody told me I was wrong on that one, that he wouldn't pause it, that he fundamentally believed in tariff. No, he paused it. So that's the point. No financial advice, no investment advice, just entertainment. Hoping you are entertained. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day.